Nature enchants the most unlikely places. Like this cave in Tasmania. The larvae of Tasmanian glowworms hang from the rocky roof. Their sticky threads catch unfortunate insects. The glowworm larvae cast a spectacular spell to attract their prey. It works its magic at night. The larva illuminates the roof of the cave with hundreds, sometimes thousands of tiny lights. Insects drawn to what appears to be a starry sky find themselves in a sticky trap. This magic, called bioluminescence, is a chemical reaction between luciferin, a glowworm waste product, and an enzyme. Autumn is a time of preparation. The forests brace themselves for the cold winter months to come. The acorns, chestnuts, and other fruit that fall to the ground are an insurance policy. Even if individual trees do not survive the winter, the species will. These fruits store energy to germinate the seed when spring returns. Forest inhabitants are happy to exploit the bursts of energy the trees provide, like this Eurasian red squirrel. Autumn is a busy time for the little rodents. They have to store enough food to get them through the winter. Squirrels stash their seeds in several places, some of which they soon forget, and unwittingly plant new trees. The bustling little guardians of the forest go to great lengths, or rather heights, to gather food for their stores. Mealtime is not much easier for the capuchin monkeys of the Brazilian highlands. In the dry season, they have little to eat beyond these palm nuts. The thick shells challenge the young monkeys. But the clever primates are determined. Hammering the nut with a stone should, eventually, reveal the juicy contents. It doesn't quite go as planned. Clearly, the young monkeys need a little more practice. The squirrel has found a bounty. The energy-rich seeds of the pine cone are a welcome addition to its winter menu. On Sri Lanka, it's a different story. The rainforest provides nutritious fruits all year round, for those who know where to look. The sweet aroma of an overripe jackfruit fills the air. A hanging parrot is first to the feast, beaten only by several thousand fruit flies. Before long, a grizzled giant squirrel picks up the scent. It scrambles easily from branch to branch, despite measuring almost 1 meter. The grizzled giant squirrel is one of the largest relatives of the Eurasian red squirrel. The little parrot makes itself scarce. The giant squirrels are usually solitary, seeking the company of others only during mating season. However, A jackfruit of this size attracts every hungry creature in the neighborhood. It has more than enough juicy flesh to go around, so no need to argue. In Brazil, the nut-cracking capuchins still struggle. Finally, the leader takes charge. He knows exactly how it's done. All it takes is the right stone, sufficient strength, and absolute precision. And of course, it takes quick fingers. Otherwise, some other cheeky monkey will benefit from all the hard work. As the autumn leaves fall and winter creeps closer, the Eurasian red squirrels ramp up their efforts. The squirrels don't hibernate, so they need sufficient stores of acorns and other nuts to get them through the winter. They strategically stash their food throughout the forest. Keeping track of all of it is impossible. Fortunately, nature's here to help. In autumn, squirrel brains grow larger, particularly the hippocampus, responsible for memory. This is crucial, particularly when the landscape is buried under thick snow. Slowly but surely, the silent beauty of winter covers the northern regions of the planet. Snowflakes bury the landscape beneath a soft, white blanket. It may look magical, but winter creates a multitude of challenges. In many cases, life winds down to the barest minimum of activity as plants and animals ration their energy. Along the Arctic Circle in Canada's far north lies a practically pristine area. Here, temperatures can drop to 30 degrees Celsius below zero. Despite the cold, grizzly bears continue to hunt salmon along the river that has not yet frozen over, well into the depths of winter. Their efforts leave the bears wearing a coat of icy armor, clinging to their dense fur. Indigenous tribes used to believe that their arrows would simply bounce off these so-called armor bears. Winter comes quickly to the Himalayan mountains and valleys. For now, the leaves are still green. A last few berries cling to the branches and twigs. The times aren't easy for a family of snub-nosed monkeys. In the cold months to come, the monkeys will be reduced to eating the lichen that grows on tree trunks and quenching their thirst with snow. In these unforgiving temperatures, the monkey's thick fur offers only limited protection. The youngest monkeys are most at risk, so the family huddles close. Together, they fight off the worst of winter's icy grip. Nothing grows at all on the frozen pond that surrounds the beaver lodge. The beavers have worked hard all year to maintain their home. Now, their efforts pay off. Warm and snug, they are well protected from the icy winds that whip across the land. They have an abundance of food. The large rodents spent the warmer months stocking their pantry. The icy water keeps their rations of branches and leaves fresh. And the thick layer of ice covering the pond helps ward off thieves and predators. No matter what winter throws at them, the beavers are fully prepared. There is something magical about this river in northern Canada. It's why salmon continue to spawn here in the winter months, far from the Pacific Ocean where they spent their lives. It's the reason the local armor bears can feast on these salmon. The reason lies in the riverbed, concealed below the current. The river is fed by warm springs in the limestone rock. They prevent the river from freezing entirely. The grizzlies eat their fill of salmon. Exhausted by the exertions of spawning, the fish make easy prey. The bears consume up to 40 kilograms of salmon a day. Nothing is wasted, not even the leftovers. The remains of the fish fertilize the forest floor, which is why the trees here grow taller than in other parts of this Arctic region. Finally, the warm sun once again drives off winter's cold, and the magical cycle begins anew. Flowers bloom. Insects buzz. Young animals explore their surroundings for the first time. And nature readies itself for another year of magic moments.